Welcome to Becoming Saiyans,
a Dragon Ball rewatch podcast.
And we're back. Hey, I'm Truman,
And I'm Jesse.
and this week we watched 2 episodes of Dragon Ball. Surprise, surprise! We watched Krillin's frantic attack, and we also watched the Danger from Above, episodes 24 and 25 of Dragon Ball. Some quick trivia on the episodes. There was not a whole lot because it's pretty much fight centered, but I'll give you a little bit of trivia. The first little bit is a difference from the anime, or differences from the manga for the first episode. When the tournament announcer is spinning Krillin around in midair, he almost drops him in the anime, but that doesn't happen in the manga. I guess they do the reenactment scene, but just without that dropping.
Yeah, that was dropping, yeah.
It's mentioned in this episode that Krillin is 13 and Goku is 12, so now we have
official
canonical ages.
Yes.
Yep.
Which I think, like,
We
our
kind of
age-
guessed like 10 to 11 for Goku.
Yeah,
anyway,
like
so.
we guessed within that, and then Krillin we just kind of figured was around the same age.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have put him older.
I guess
but, like, he's only
yeah,
older by a year.
around a year. We don't even know like months yet. You know, we could have been right with saying that Goku was 11 because like 8 months have passed.
Yeah. So I mean, odds are we were probably correct.
We were ballpark range.
We just didn't
on
know the birthday.
Yeah.
Because they didn't make a big hubbub about it being his birthday.
Yeah, because
Because that's not an important enough detail to like spend 10 seconds and be like, "Happy birthday, Goku."
And also, like, would Goku even care? Like,
Would Goku even really know?
He's like, I mean, I don't know my birthday. I guess like his found day would be his birthday, probably.
Yeah, which is technically not his birthday.
Yeah.
At least you would assume, he wasn't a baby and then fell on top of a mountain from outer space and got picked up.
Yeah. So Bulma shows surprise that Goku's not closer to her own age, which doesn't make any sense because she treats him like a little child the entire time. It's like, why are you treating him like you're a grown, like he's the same age as you?
That's kind of just Bulma's personality, to be fair.
Yeah.
But also, like, I do think it's an interesting, like, weird continuity line of, like, I did not have the impression that you believed he was anywhere near your age.
Yeah, the entire time you thought he was like a child.
Yeah,
you probably thought he was like a smaller child than he is.
Like that is one line of dialogue where it's like, okay.
It'd be different if she was like, "Wow, I thought he was younger." Like that would be. I would be like, "Okay, I understand." But her being like, "I thought he was like 15." Like,
unless like they want it to be interpreted as like she thought he was closer to her age.
Yeah,
I mean, because I think we've established she's got to be at the youngest 16.
Yeah, we were thinking
oldest,
like anywhere from like 15 to like 19.
Yeah,
I think last
the oldest
time we
like 19
talked about
and 20.
Yeah. Oolong mentions that the world would be doomed if Goku transformed into a gray ape. This has blah 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 blah. Spoiler, 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 spoiler. But I thought I would let you know that they say something about that.
This is unsayable, 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 unsayable,
Yeah.
unsayable.
I did see that those were all spoilers. I just thought it would be a funny gag to throw that out there in case anybody was wondering.
I did. You have a feeling when he says that it might become relevant enough.
Yep.
It's weird how many lines of dialogue that like Oolong says, especially in reference to Goku, and it's like, oh, that's a spoiler for 100 episodes later.
Yeah.
That's like the that's like the series finale spoiler right there.
Yeah.
Like it's way down the line, but it's because Oolong catches on to stuff like that's kind of part of his character. He catches on to things about Goku really quickly.
Yeah. During the slow-mo reenactment, Krillin commented that he blew his nose at Jackie. When only 3 episodes ago, we established that Krillin does not have a nose.
Yep.
So
I noticed
where did
that
the
too.
nose come from? Does he have a nose? Does he not? What is going on here? Another one of those, utter distinctions.
What are we doing?
Yeah, so with that, the last one is Jackie Chung should have been disqualified in that match because he left the arena before Krillin was counted to 10.
Yeah, it was
so therefore, technically, he should have lost, but I guess they don't care because Krillin didn't get up.
Yeah.
But, we should have
I guess that what it goes to say is probably if Krillin had recovered some way, shape, or form, Jackie Chan probably would have been disqualified because he wasn't there to fight anymore.
Yeah,
I guess it just shows how confident he was that he was going to win.
Yeah.
In that moment because he's like, he's not going to wake up and disqualify me.
Yeah. I guess, but it still feels like he should have been DQ'd first,
Yeah.
So then moving on to the next episode, after the differences from the manga. After defeating Nam, Goku has to talk with Krillin and Yamcha, where he tells them, like, thanks to Roshi and all that kind of stuff there, but that does not happen in the manga at all. And then some more trivia is that, as is mentioned by the announcer, Goku is the youngest fighter to ever reach the finals. And Roshi introduces Goku and Krillin to Nam by name as if he's never heard of them before. But by making the finals, Nam should have heard all of those names and known who they were. Roshi's reasoning for defeating his students is pretty good because, they end up getting stronger and tougher. They have to fight progressively stronger enemies. And then it lists a bunch of characters that are all spoilers, from the next arc all the way down to the last character of Dragon Ball Z that they fight. It literally just lists the entire list of characters.
So it basically lists every saga from here until the end of the next series. Basically,
yeah. It literally says Roshi's reasoning for defeating his students is quite.
I don't want to jump too far ahead, but I did make a note about legitimately good reason to be here.
Yeah. And then it's it's apt as Goku and his friends would wind up fighting progressively tougher and tougher enemies.
I also love that
this is shown with the blank, blank and blank, blank and blank, 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 blank and blank, the blank, 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 blank and blank, among others. That's literally the next line. I bleeped out all of the characters' names, so that's literally the next line. It's including all of these characters we'll list out that are all the major characters they fight from this point on.
Yeah, and I guess it's a very quick little recap about it. That trivia question does confirm that trivia fact does confirm the fact that I do not owe you $20.
Yes, that is true. We'll get there.
But we will get further into that.
I had to keep the ruse going as long as Roshi did. But with that, I've reached the end of my trivia, so we will jump into the recap. Previously on Dragon Ball. The semifinal matches have started, and we have a fight between Krillin and Roshi, which is tougher than we probably should have thought it could have been, but it also very quickly divulged into Roshi winning, and it felt like it was pretty much at hand at all times. It was just kind of testing Krillin to see how strong he was.
And we were with you, Krillin held his own.
Yeah, and there was a fun intermission slow-mo scene, and we also got to know a little bit about Krillin and Goku, and we also learned that Roshi can rap, except for at this point he is Jackie Chung, but he is a rapper. He spits bars.
He was spitting. I did write that down too. I was like, that's a pretty good song.
And then in the next episode, we get a fight between Nam and Goku, which is a very tense fight, where we find out Goku can pretty much instantly learn the techniques of other people when he watches them. Because he instantly learns the technique that Roshi uses.
Yeah, he instantly, as soon as the fight starts, he's like, oh, I wonder what I should do. What are my opening moves to be? Oh, I'm just going to copy what Jackie Chun did to beat Krillin last fight.
Yep.
And then he does it perfectly.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work on Nam because Nam has the ability to inner focus and kind of as he showed, he can close his eyes and use his senses, his other senses to tell where you're going to be able to predict you.
Yep. And then the Nam and Goku fight goes a little bit longer. It does seem a little bit touch and go for a bit. Goku might lose, but then he pulls it off. And with that, Nam gets told the secret that he really is Master Roshi, or Jackie tells him that he's Roshi, and then gives him a dino cap telling him to use it to get as much water as you can from this free water station and take it to your family, save the day. But can you do me a solid real quick? And the solid is that Nam dresses up like Roshi to throw everyone off his scent. Because Roshi's idea is that as long as the kids think there are tougher enemies out there, they won't give up on their training or get lazy. If they think they're the best, they will get stagnant and won't get as strong anymore.
Which, again, very valid reason, and we'll get more into that later.
And that's what you missed on Dragon Ball. Jesse, go for it.
Honestly, just two pretty good episodes. It's going to be hard, jumping ahead a little bit. It's going to be hard to pick a worst part because there was no perverted. I mean, there was I guess one small perverted moment in air quotes, but like there's not anything that sticks out as bad because these were really good episodes.
Yeah, like, I agree. They're very solid episodes. They might not be the best episodes.
Yeah, they're not top class, but like there's no real super low moment in these episodes.
Yeah, the floor is extremely high.
Yeah, like everything has a really good like story, good moments behind it.
Yeah,
it's been a couple episodes. It's been a couple podcast episodes since we had that discussion of like it's hard to pick something bad because these episodes are good.
That was the Bacterian episode.
Yeah,
that one had a very easy bad.
Yeah,
like they're gross.
It's obviously it's gonna happen every now and then, but like we're just gonna get a 2-stack episodes that are just really solid.
Yeah,
and especially because of how good the Dragon Ball universe is when it comes to stuff like that. Like it's
especially like when it's like we're gonna have fights. Like there's funny parts in the fights, there are strong parts in the fights. Yeah. There's heartfelt moments in both episodes where we learn a lot about characters. You know, there are silly parts and there are good, strong like action sequences. You can see that they understand that they can balance both of these at the same time at this point,
and they're really good. Like it's so understandable. Like the more I watch this, the more I'm like, it's so understandable how this became not just a like Japanese phenomenon, like as it had great potential to be, but like a worldwide, international phenomenon. Yeah. To the level that it is now. Even as early as this. I mean, even this series became super popular worldwide. Yeah. And it just kept building as it kept going on.
Yeah. And yeah, for sure, it just makes a ton of sense that this is like, you know, how this works. Like Toriyama was amazing at this, you know, like balancing the humor, like the childlike wonder at this point with the humor, with the fighting that is in there,
with like the fighting choreography and showcasing with, you know, personalities. Like he's really good at capturing character personalities. Yeah, in even the smallest moments.
Yeah, through movements, even. You know. Like, from the moment we met Nam, even before, like, we got his backstory, we knew he was a serious contender because he is carrying himself serious.
Yeah, you know? I love how well he held his own against Goku. Yeah. It's like, it shows, like, oh, like, if like, Goku and Krillin had waited a year to train with Roshi, Nam probably wins this tournament.
Yeah, Nam would have been the winner. Like, the only other one might have been Jiren, because like, how is Nam gonna break out of the goo? But
or like if he uses the goo, but like I feel like Jiren, if you know the luck of the draw goes a different way and Jiren gets Bacterian might be Jiren just because of how gross he is.
Yeah, and I do think Nam could handle Bacterian. Yeah.
Just like
if we're power scaling right now, since we're in full power scaler mode, and we take Krillin, Jackie, and Goku
off the board, and I guess by proxy, I
think
Nam beats Yamcha.
I think Nam can beat Yamcha.
Yeah, Nam beats Yamcha, so it doesn't even matter if Yamcha still exists here.
I think the final matter and how the draw goes could very easily be Yamcha versus Nam,
or Yamcha versus Nam, or Bacterian versus Nam.
Yeah.
Like very, very easily, mattering what the bracket draw went, and you know, because obviously, if you're not making it to the finals with everyone that's with Goku and Jackie and Krillin here, you're probably not going to beat anybody in the finals without them. Yeah. So we're just we're counting whatever three people in the in universe at this moment that exist that didn't make it.
Add 3 Orange guys, and they all lose. Like, they all lose in the semis or the quarters or whatever.
So like it's. Like he's a legitimately cool fighter. Again, that's just showcasing more and more why I want him to come back. He's such an awesome character. He's such a like honestly innocent character because of the moment where he learns that like, oh, water is free here. Yeah, like he learns that in the episode is like when Roshi's talking to him after he reveals that he's actually is Roshi. It's like Roshi's talking to him like, yeah, water's free. You can just take it. Like there's no money counter or anything there. Yeah. And he's like, free.
Yeah. But before we get too far ahead into that other episode, we do have an episode before that. And I like the way it starts with like a little interview segment where we get to know a little bit more about the characters we've been following a lot.
Yeah, like the main...
It's like introducing Krillin and Goku.
Yeah, Krillin and Goku. Well, what I do love is like the realization in the moment. Like Like it you know it, but it doesn't dawn on you until they say it. Krillin hasn't seen the tail yet. This is the first time Krillin has ever seen Goku's tail.
He saw the tail like appear during the Jiren fight.
But I'm just saying,
this is his first time like having a chance to like comment on it.
Yeah.
So
what I'm saying is like as a whole, right now, like the last at the point in time where they're interviewing, within the last 30 minutes was the first time Krillin ever saw the tail.
Yes, for sure. And this is his first time being able to comment on it.
Yeah, so like it's like, oh yeah, Krillin doesn't know that Goku's weirder than he even thought he was.
Yeah. And Goku is definitely still a country bumpkin who doesn't understand stuff.
Yeah, doesn't know what
he doesn't know what a microphone is. He does not know modesty, as it's pointed out by Oolong, because he straight up just pulls his pants down and be like, "Here's my tail, guys."
I want to see it, and everyone starts laughing at him as he moons the entire audience.
Yeah, which then brings the announcer to be like, "Okay, we need to make sure we're answering our questions.
Like we're answering questions with words, not actions."
Yeah. And then, like, the funny joke of Goku being like, once Launch taught me how to count without using my fingers, I realized I was a little bit older than I was.
Yeah, like, once she taught me how to count past 10 with my fingers.
Yeah.
Because everyone can count. Everyone, if you learn how to count, you initially learn how to count to 10 because you have your fingers.
Yep.
But once you can count past that with your fingers, the sky's the limits.
Yeah. You
might as well just start throwing numbers in there, like letters in there.
Yeah.
Almost said.
Might as well start throwing numbers into this counting game once you get past 10.
No, don't point it out, please. I caught myself before I let it get too far.
Another fun fact that I saw during this was that once they mentioned that they were trained by Roshi, they're like, "Oh, Master Roshi!"
Yeah, everyone
knows Master Roshi, which then leads me to believe Jackie Chung can't be Roshi whatsoever.
Again, it makes it even funnier that no one has called out the obvious, because we've already told them we can point out the obvious. Not in this episode. It's not discovered in this episode. It is discovered in the next episode when he fully admits it to Nam. Jackie Chun is Roshi.
Unless he's lying to Nam to get Nam off his back so that Nam will go back and Jackie is a second person. We still have hope, ladies and gentlemen.
No,
us Jackie Chun truthers out here.
Dude, if that is the truth.
No, it's not. I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
I know it's not, but it's just fun to think about.
So, first of all, this is going out to Truman's girlfriend. You don't have to buy him a T-shirt, and I don't have to pay him $20.
I don't get $20. Just screw me, I guess. Us Jackie Chun truthers will never be silent.
No. But no, I do love, like, in that scene where he's like having this heartfelt moment with Nam, but that's further beyond.
But Jackie also can be spitting.
Dude, he
threw down some bars there.
He threw out, like, as much as it was kind of like ha ha ha, he's trying to get a girlfriend the moment. It's like he was spitting, yeah. Oh, he was having fun.
Yeah, and then my next note was just, you pointed out the random crowd giraffe.
Yeah, there's a random crowd giraffe.
I'm going to take it to a realistic point for a second. That giraffe was in, like, the second row.
Yeah.
Can you imagine being in the third row, one behind this giraffe, and this dude bought the ticket in front of you and is just standing with his 28-foot neck in front of you, and you can't see crap.
It's like going to a concert, and you're like, we're
down
both
in front.
Yeah, we're like, for context, we're both about the same height, about 5'10" to 5'11".
Yeah.
Take. If we buy a concert ticket and there's a dude 6 foot plus in front of us, we're screwed.
Yeah.
If he's wearing a hat, it gets even worse.
Yeah.
It's like it's that type of effect.
It reminds me of, I went and saw a musical once, and there was a guy. It was the Michael Jackson musical. It was really good, by the way. Plug in for the MJ Michael Jackson musical. But there was a guy sitting in front of me, and like it didn't bother me because I was tall enough to be able to see over him. But he was, because he was kind of a shorter guy, but he was fully dripped out in like a full 3-piece suit and had like a 10-gallon hat on. Like I'm talking like it was like, it's not a 10-gallon like cowboy hat, but it had like the size to it of that. It was kind of one of those Cam Newton hats, if you know who Cam Newton is.
Big old hat.
Yeah. But that's off the point. But yeah, that giraffe being like 20 feet tall in the front row, dude, get to the back row.
Dude,
you can see from back there.
Yeah.
Get some glasses or some binoculars and sit in the back row.
I get it's first come, first serve, but I hate you.
Yeah.
For people behind them.
Yeah, for sure. And then Goku being the ultimate hype man to be able to get like, I know we've brought it up every time we've seen Krillin fight, but Goku hyping up Krillin and being like, "You've got this, man. You can do it."
Goku is a real one.
Yeah.
Now, let's be totally honest. Goku is a brother.
Yeah, he is able to hype these people up like nobody's business.
Like, if you become Goku's friends, you will never feel not inspired by your friends ever again.
Yeah, because he's literally like, Krillin, you can do this.
Like if Goku is a fan of you, you will always have one fan.
Yes. But then the pause for the dramatic reenactment because they
can't. They're moving so fast, the crowd can't see them.
That was such peak comedy. During this intense fight, this is what we're talking about, the balancing act of like the intense fight and then just the absolute comedy. It's
such a great and easy way to add in because as it felt like you knew they were going to try to make each fight take up one episode. Yeah. So, how can we stretch out this fight that's so obviously going to end with Krillin losing?
Yeah.
How do we stretch it out? How do we get more minutes out of it? Oh, let's have them dramatically reenact it in the middle of it because they're moving so fast.
Yeah. And the announcer being like, "Wow, you guys were going so fast. Can you tell us what happened?" And Roshi being like, "Oh, yeah, I can do that." And then
Roshi.
They just fully reenact the whole thing. And it's just, yeah. And then I punched like this, but you see, I saw that punch coming, so I dodged and went for this, and then he started spitting on me. So then I hocked a loogie on him, and then we played rock paper scissors. But what he didn't know was it was a best of 3, and he's like, "But I didn't play by the best of 3 rules." So then I kicked him in the face, and it's like, wow, this is the craziest.
And I was caught so off guard. Didn't I flipped around and landed on my feet, but then I passed out real quick.
Yeah.
And then I recovered.
Yeah.
It's really good. It was a really funny, awesome way to stretch the episode out to make sure it's one fight per episode.
Yeah.
Because of how intense you wanted and you knew the Nam Goku fight was going to be, you wanted each fight to have its own episode.
Yeah.
You're at the point in the tournament arc, every tournament arc should at minimum the last the semifinal and the final fight
should always be
their own episode. Because if it's a good tournament arc, everyone the final 4 should always be fairly evenly matched, and it should always be intense fights. Yeah. But number 2, this is your opportunity to really go all out with fight choreography and animation and everything, and storytelling through the fights. That's a little nitpicky.
No, I like it. But yeah.
It's an honest thought.
And so, with this one, the reason why I think that, I understand where you're coming from, I don't think either of these matches were super evenly matched. I do think Goku had the upper hand pretty handedly throughout that. It was just that he was, from what I know about Goku from later on, Goku will take a beating on the beginning of a fight just to gauge how strong he actually has to go. And so that's what it felt like watching it now again with hindsight of what Goku does.
It felt Goku fights.
Yeah, it felt like Goku was letting Nam get some hits on him just so he could see how strong Nam actually was, and then so he could gauge his response.
No, that's fair enough. Yeah. Of course, I don't have that context, so I can't make that.
And even then, it was still pretty evenly matched. It was just once Goku locked in, it was pretty much over.
I guess, yeah. I mean, neither of these matches were super evenly matched.
Yeah.
I guess it's more so
Goku helped make his a little bit longer by the fact that he took a second to wake up and lock in.
Yeah.
The Roshi fight felt pretty much in hand from the beginning, where Krillin only really had one time where he got the upper hand. And where he pulled out possibly Oolong's panties.
It looked it looked like whether it was meant to be or not, it was the same model of panties that they used for Oolong's Dragon
Somehow
Wish.
He got Oolong's panties and threw them in. Roshi knew that those were the softest panties in the world, so he had to jump for him, and then Krillin got his upper hand. But then we do see that Jackie Chun / Roshi, we're kind of interchanging on the names here, was able to use the Kamehameha wave.
Yeah. So he used the Kamehameha wave to get back into the arena and then just finish Krillin off.
Yeah.
From that,
he hit him with the double neck whack and was like, "Yeah, you could count to 1,000, buddy. He ain't getting up."
And that's when he just swaggily just walks out of the arena.
And definitely a called shot, but I also, if I'm actually stickler for the rules here, he should have been He should have been eliminated before the 10-second runoff. You know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But
they should have made him wait until it was 10 before he walked out.
It is the fact of like, in my mind as well as a judge, I'm like, man, he's so obviously won. But on the off chance, like if this man talking about Krillin wakes up, we are immediately disqualifying Jackie.
Yeah, if he makes it before 10. Like, Jackie, you just lost. I know it's a called shot, and he was right and everything.
Yeah.
But, like, you know,
like,
at the same time.
We know what happened, obviously.
Like, on a technicality, Roshi should have been eliminated first. Yeah. And then that leads us to the next episode where we see Goku can instantly learn new techniques, which we already kind of saw before with when he learned the Kamehameha.
I mean, I feel like the Kamehameha is more impressive to instantly learn than like the leaving an after image.
Yeah.
Because Goku's so fast, he probably could leave after images on accident.
Yeah, but it is like an actual technique.
But it isn't a technique.
Because there are people who are fast who can't after image later on.
Yeah.
Like, and even like Krillin's as fast as Goku, basically, and he can't leave an after image, you know?
He's got to learn how to, like, do it on purpose.
Yeah, and
but,
so the purposeful leaving of it is what's important. But it's one of those things where it's like, you know, at the same time, like, it isn't as impressive as Kamehameha, but it's just further proof in the thing that Goku is built different and can immediately relearn or learn other people's techniques.
Like it's just another testament to like just how strong, even like in universe, Goku is compared to everybody else. That he can just so casually be like, I guess I'm going to start this fight with this, and just does a thing that he literally only saw one time. It's like it's a fighting comparison to like people who can hear a song played on a piano and then perfectly play it. Yeah, like after just hearing it one time.
It's called by like playing it by ear.
Yeah, like playing it by ear, like or like a photogenic memory,
photographic memory. But yeah,
where it's like you can see something and then perfectly like recreate it without it being in the room with you.
Yeah, it's definitely he's got that level of like intense.
He's a savant. I mean, that's the easiest. I guess
he's a fighting prodigy.
Like, he's a fighting savant, fighting prodigy, whatever word you want to use for it.
Yeah, that's just proven there. And the fact that, like, going back to the last episode for a second, when he tells Krillin, like, I could see it, it's like, wait, you could see it? And it's like, yeah, I could see it. Like, he was moving fast, but it's not much faster than anything else we've seen before. You know? We're as fast. And that kind of helps calm Krillin down a bit, but also it just shows, again, like, do you think Krillin could actually see it without Goku pointing out that he could see it? Because that feels like a driving force of, like, Krillin being like, okay, Goku could see it. I can calm down a second.
I gotta log in.
Yeah.
But the fact that Goku can just so casually be like, yeah, that's a pretty cool fight. Yeah. Like, Goku's the only person in that arena that did not need them to recreate what happened in the fight.
Which we obviously know they embellished a lot of that rock. There's no way they rock, paper, scissors and crap in that fight. I doubt. But it is. I mean, it's funny. It's funny comedy.
Let me be totally honest. It's Roshi and Krillin. They probably rock, paper, scissors.
I guess you got a point there.
If there are two of three characters that we know of right now who would willingly rock, paper, scissors in a fight in the middle of it to determine who's gonna win, it's Goku, Krillin, and Roshi.
Yeah, that's true.
All three of them are present, but only two of them are fighting.
Yeah. And then the Tasmanian Devil technique is what I called it, the tornado or whatever.
Tornado, yeah.
It was straight up just like Tasmanian Devil.
I had when he started doing it, I'm like, okay. Like in my mind, I'm like, okay, is he gonna like be able to continue doing this? And then like he falls over dizzy, and I'm like, yeah, there it is. Okay.
Yeah,
he's not immune to being dizzy.
He got the consequences on that one.
I did also write down, if I had a nickel for every time Nam is walked to the edge by his opponents, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's funny. It's happened 2 straight times.
Yeah, back-to-back events. He's like at the edge. This one he literally almost falls off, and he has to like grab it with his like toes and fingers like to keep himself
keep himself up.
And then the next thing I had was like, did Goku just lose when he got that like X dropped on his neck? I was like, did Goku just lose this fight?
Yeah, I wrote down like, oh, it hit Goku, like and then you're sitting there and you're watching it get counted,
and everybody's like, Goku, did Goku die?
And then Goku
that's
just
a kill shot.
Hops up, looks perfectly fine, and then just within 2 minutes beats him up.
Yeah, and then that's when I wrote, like, Nam was, he shocked, like, he survived a kill shot, then immediately shocked Nam with his own move again, where he's like, oh, you like to jump high? I like to jump high, too. And then he overjumps him.
And then, like, they start, like, kind of hamming it out in the air for a few seconds, and then Nam goes to, like, give him I think, like, a punch or a kick.
Yeah, his move, he was trying to go for the kill shot move again.
But, like, Goku lands on... When Goku goes in air, like, because Goku initially, like, he dodges something in air. I don't remember if it was a kick or a punch that Nam tries to throw midair. Goku dodges it to get below Nam, and then Nam's like, oh, this is perfect. Goku's below me. I'm gonna, like, be able to...
kill shot attack
I'm gonna hit him again. And then Goku, like, lands quickly, like, back dashes as you would do in a fighting game, back dashes,
and then does his, like, lunge attack,
lunge like kicks, like flying kicks Nam right as Nam, like, is about to hit the ground, and just kicks him off the arena. It's like Goku is, and in that moment I think even Roshi says, like, I don't know if I can even beat the kid.
Yeah. Nam got Nam-limulated. That was what I wrote down.
Nam-limulated. That's pretty fun. Could be better, but that's a pretty good one.
Yeah. And then I wrote down, what? Roshi is Jackie?
Whoa.
What? And then I wrote down that he entered the humble. And this is where I felt like we were going to hit the biggest part of the conversation. Like, between, like, the idea of, like, the master needing to put down a student's egos just a bit. You know, it's always a bigger fish type of conversation. It's like these kids, he even straight up just mentions, like, these two kids are, like, the strongest of the strongest in this world. Like, they are top 5 and they're not 5 or 4. Like,
yeah. The thing about it is, it's like, honestly, I don't think it's like what we as the audience have, like, been able to experience with Goku as he travels through the world is, like, on the one hand, I do think him having a goal, like someone stronger than him out there, is going to, like, really keep his motivation up. But also at the same time, I think, like, he's very committed to his training. But Roshi, you know, it's a valiant reason for Roshi to be entering the tournament. Like, it's a really good conversation between him and Nam of, like, yeah, I entered because, like, I don't want them to lose motivation to get better.
Yeah. Yeah,
but
because
it is also the scary part of, like, there is a pretty decent chance that Goku beats him, assuming they fight next episode.
Yeah.
There's a pretty good chance that Goku wins.
And you got, like, my thought process on it was, like, from Roshi's point of view, like, how many people do you know that were, like, the best at something from a very early age, and then just kind of, like, people caught up to them because they cut out the training. They didn't go as hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
and the thing about it is,
it's like one that comes to mind for me in a real world example, because I'm a big basketball fan, was like DeAndre Ayton. He was like picked as number 1 overall, and so, like, you know, or he was drafted number 1 overall. He gets to that second contract, which was his biggest deal at all times, showed that he was able to get paid like a maximum player, and then he just, like, stopped producing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, okay, so you got to the level. He did just enough to be considered one of the best. I mean, being in the NBA makes you one of the best basketball players in the world.
And being drafted number one overall
means you were the best out of your draft class, or decided to be the best out of your draft class.
We know in hindsight he wasn't.
Yeah, but, like, he was picked to be the best out of his draft class.
For reference, the reason why we say that is because he was picked in the same draft that Luka Doncic was picked in.
Yeah.
Which, so, I assume if you don't know DeAndre Ayton, you probably know Luka Doncic.
Yeah, and for sure, it's not like I'm trying to say that he was the best, but he was decided to be the best at the moment he was picked. Yeah. And so, like, with all of that, he just kind of thought, like, well, everything should be given to me. I'm the best. Like, and that's just, like, and then the production dropped off of it.
Yeah, and his ego caught up to him.
Yeah.
You hate to see it, but, like, say it, but, like, if you want reference, there's, like, tons of places online. I know we're not trying to, like, be a sports podcast now, but there's tons of places online you can go to look at season productions. Look at, just go and look at his production on one of those stats websites, and just look at the last, like, 2 seasons, because it was about 2 seasons ago that his ego caught up to him, and he had that massive drop off.
Yeah,
and just look at everything before that, and look at him now in the last 2 seasons, and it's like, yeah, your ego can catch up to you if you're not careful with it.
Yeah, and there's so many people that are called like a bust, you know, like they're like, especially in sports, but also just in life, where like people are picked to be like, you're going to be the best of all of us, or you're the best we can have to offer, and then it becomes a bust. You know, you become a bust.
Yeah,
you go from being one of the best that could be out there to, you know, not producing at that level because you rest on your laurels, and so. The idea of Roshi entering this tournament fully to just be like, yeah, you might be the best, and maybe I can't beat you, but I have to at least put out, I know I'm the only one who can at this moment, and if I don't beat you, then some
bad stuff can happen.
Something else could come that could beat us all.
Yeah.
You know, like, knowing the characters that they listed as people that were going to be stronger than them moving forward, you know what I mean? Like, there are those characters would easily beat Goku if he just stops at this level, you know?
Yeah. Like it's one of those things where, like, you look, like, I mean, I know I'm spoiling myself a little bit, but I do know, as we established, I know a little bit about what comes later, especially, like, Dragon Ball Z, what comes to Dragon Ball Z. It's like, this could be viewed as, like, a pinnacle moment that allows Goku to accomplish everything he does for the rest of the series.
Yeah.
I mean, we obviously haven't seen the fight that is the pinnacle moment, which is coming in the next couple episodes in the next podcast.
Yeah.
But, like,
it'll be in the next podcast episode because house cleaning. We are watching the next 3 in a row to
ends the saga.
To ends the saga because we've already established that.
Yeah. So. For reference, again, the next podcast episode is the end of this tournament arc saga.
We will see what that pinnacle moment ends up being. If it does end up being the moment that stops, continues Goku's growth, or does Goku learn and we find out that he's built different and this isn't going to be the end of him growing and learning?
Yeah, the thing about that I know about Goku is I know that about his character overall is that he's a character whose strength is only measurable by the mountain in front of him that he wants to climb.
Yeah.
He's a character who sets a goal, he climbs to that goal, he finds a new goal. He sets a goal, climbs to that goal, finds a new goal.
Yes.
So he is goal oriented. So even if he beats Roshi in the next, in this next fight,
if he hears
there might be a new goal.
He'll hear a rumor maybe of somebody else.
So kind of no matter what the outcome of this of the next match is, there's either going to be the goal of I have to get better to be able to beat Roshi next time, or there's a goal of okay, I beat Roshi, but some new problem has arose, so I have to go fix it.
Yeah.
And I know that's a big overarching plot of all of Dragon Ball is Goku is just reaching new goals and new heights.
Yeah.
But that's a kind of because I've been spoiled by pop culture and him being in pop culture so heavily that I just know that that's his main character trait.
Yeah.
Is that he's always finding a new goal of power to get to.
He's like Hannah Montana. There's always going to be another mountain. He's always going to want to make it move. It's not about how fast I get there or what's waiting on the other side. It's about the climb, you know.
Isn't that a Miley song though? Is that a Hannah song or is that a Miley song?
I think it's kind of both, yes and no. But it's in the Hannah Montana movie. I know that, but I think it's the song she sings at the end. I don't know. It's been
if it's a song she sings at the end, it's probably a Miley song.
It could be, but Miley in the movie, Miley is Hannah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyways, it doesn't matter. This is all semantics. But the point is, Roshi's idea to save this is all very important. You know?
Yeah, it's a really awesome. Again, I guess I should say this out. It's it's just another reminder of man, if Roshi just wasn't a pervert, he would be an insanely awesome character to vote for.
Because he is
awesome.
He is the best master you could hope for, outside of the fact you have to buy him, naughty magazines and kidnap girls to trap on his island. Outside of those two problems, he is one of the best masters you could ever want.
He's so easy to root for until you realize, oh yeah, he has a problem.
Yeah.
But he's so cool. And I hate, because I know of the type of person he is, I hate how much I love him. But when he opens his mouth and when he has moments that aren't related to that, it's he's so cool.
Yeah, because again, it's first of all, he goes with the Miyagi style of teaching, but it turns out 100% right.
Yeah,
Krillin and Goku are as strong as anybody else in this tournament outside of themselves and Roshi, who also knows all the training,
Yeah.
And then he also, he's nice. He helps Nam, which we haven't talked about yet, but we'll get there.
Yeah, we're about to get there.
He enters this tournament to fully teach other people, or to teach these kids that there's other stuff they still need to learn.
There are things they need to learn that, like, I'm here to help you with.
Yeah. And even if I'm not the one to teach them to you, I need to at least inspire you to keep learning.
Inspire you to go find, or be able to teach you where to get it from.
Yeah. And so, like, he does that. Throughout the tournament, he's like when he's fighting Yamcha, he's like, Yamcha, you're wasting all of your moves are. First of all, they're all very much based on Wolf.
Last podcast that we didn't get to.
Yeah,
but like it's one of those things where, he did mention, like, all of your attacks are just being flashy but wasting energy.
Yeah,
it's like that is like a really good example of, like, IRL martial arts teaching as well.
And it reminds me of, like, I think it was Tim Duncan, I'm pretty sure, in basketball. I have to bring this back to sports again.
We're sports guys. We're gonna reference sports a lot.
At one point during a match, like, he straight up is, like, telling the people next to him, I was like, that was a good move, but, like, if you do it this way, like, while they're playing against
like each other. that was the type of, like, talking Tim Duncan did. I don't remember who he was talking. It might have been.
Was it maybe Kevin Garnett? I know Kevin Garnett had a lot of stories.
Kevin Garnett had a lot of stories about him. Like, there was someone on the podcast, so it might have been Kevin.
But anyways, yeah,
but, like, he was guarding,
and
like,
he's trying to talk trash to get in his head, and he's like, "That was a good move, but like, you should do it this way."
Good job, young pup. And he, like, passes back.
Yeah,
and it's like that was just, like, there are people out there like Tim Duncan's a great example of people doing that, where it's like you can do this, and, like, Tim Duncan's a great example. Again, like, I hate to get into sports so much, but, like, we're sports guys, we're gonna reference sports all the time.
Yeah.
But it's like Tim Duncan's a great example of that type of person who's like, you practice the fundamentals so hard that, like, his nickname was the fundamental, or, like, Mr. Fundamental, because that was just what he beat you by being better at the simple things than anyone else was.
Yeah,
and he became a Hall of Famer. He won a couple. I think he won, like, I don't think he ever won
4 or 5 titles.
He won, like, 4 or 5 titles. I think he won Finals MVP, like, 2 or 3 times.
Yeah,
and I don't think he ever won any in-season MVPs, because
he's not flashy.
He wasn't a flashy, and he wasn't a stats guy. He was just, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna put up, I think for his entire career, he averaged about 20 points, about 12 rebounds, a couple blocks a game.
Yeah.
Didn't average, like, basically any, like, he barely averaged maybe a turnover or 2 a game for his entire career. He did the simple things well. And he just slowly beat you. Like, you'd be like, man, I didn't really see a lot of Tim Duncan. Look up, and he put up 35, 15, 4 blocks.
He was the quietest. He was the quietest big scorer in the league.
He was the quietest. Yeah. He was always giving you the quietest double.
Yeah, and there's multiple people like that you can reference that would be like, oh, by the way, this is how you could do this to be a little bit better next time. Normally, it's older players, veteran players, like, towards the end of their career, trying to give out knowledge. Like, I know Kobe was a big guy who did that.
Kobe did that
a lot later down in his career. Not in the beginning parts. Not when he was.
Kobe was a little cocky.
Yeah, but, like, and that's what I see out of Roshi, is that, like, knowledge. He's like, I have knowledge, and I understand my time on Earth is not. I'm not long for this Earth. Even though he is, like, practically immortal because of his whole, like, he drank the elixir of youth or whatever that they brought up, and the turtle brought up at one point. He's like, you're not going to die anytime soon. You drink the elixir of whatever, But even that, like, he knows that he's not in his prime where he can do everything that he had been doing for his whole life. But he's like, the brain doesn't go away like that. I can still teach the next generation.
I can pass on lessons that are important and that you can then eventually pass on to people that you care about and, the younger generation. Like, he's exactly what you want out of a teacher. He's this wise old vet who has, like, seen, like, realized, like, oh, I trained these guys really good, but there's still so much more training they need, but I'm the only one that can beat them down and let them still learn it.
Yeah. And so, I love him. And then also, like, another moment of Roshi being one of the best, like, the whole Nam thing, where he like is like, Nam, I know you were in this tournament for a reason. I'm sorry that it didn't work out for you and that I trained these guys too strong. here, how about this? And gives him a storage dino cap, which is the first time we have a mention of. Which is interesting
to know that, yeah.
And he's like, yeah, you could put like building supplies, food, water. You could probably put a small reservoir in this storage compartment. And he's like, why are you telling me this? And he's like, oh, for whatever reason. He's like, I don't have money. And he's like, yeah, but there's like a well over there. Water's not as scarce as where you come from, buddy. Like, we can give you some water.
He's literally just like, there's water's free here. Just go get it.
Yeah. And, like, the fact that he was willing to do that, even for somebody he doesn't know. Like, I mean, he knows Nam because, like, they've been in the tournament together. But it's not like he has any prior, like,
he doesn't have a full relationship with the guy.
He's not been training Nam his whole life, you know.
He's not a friend. They're acquaintances.
Yeah, they know each other. Yeah. And like, so
again, it's like it just keeps coming back to I want to love Roshi. And then like the moment you start loving Roshi is the moment he just screws around pervertedly, and you're like,
I will say he did not screw around pervertedly in any part of in these last two episodes.
Again, the only moment
the closest he got to pervertedness was the rap.
Was the what?
Was the rap?
Oh yeah, the rap.
The last two episodes.
And the rap, and then when Krillin throws the panties on the floor.
Yeah, that's true.
Like those are the two most perverted moments.
I will also say, due to a technicality, if those are Oolong's panties, those panties have never been worn by a female before.
Exactly.
And we also last time we gave Oolong a cop out for the panties. So therefore, in this situation, the panties are.
I mean, also again. Those are barely perverted moments.
Yeah.
Like those are just those can easily just be like taken as a joke. They're not like truly like I'm gonna mess with you now.
Yeah.
Like moments.
Exactly.
So it's like so you can barely count those as perverted moments. And it's like you got to give them the compliment for like at least keeping himself straight.
That means we made it through basically almost four episodes without anything
weird happening.
Because it was like the first episode of his Yamcha fight was the last time we had a perverted moment with him.
Yeah,
because that was the moment where Ron Fon got knocked out.
Yeah, Ron Fon had.
But we made it for a while without one, and he was in basically every episode at that point too. So it's like, yeah, like this is amazing. We were able to do it, ladies and gentlemen. We made it through like I'll count it 3 full episodes.
We made it through 3 full episodes so far, and there's a good chance that like we might make it through another episode or two.
The next 3 could possibly be no perverted moment. And so yeah, with all of that, it's just the best thing ever that like we were able to do all that and make it work. And yeah, just Roshi is one of those guys. So moving into the predictions section, unless you have something else to talk about.
I think that's about it, because that's like the end of the episode. Because in the episode ends with him finishing his talk with Nam, and then getting called back on stage.
And then the silly gag, the silly gag with
Nam. Like he's like, wait, I do have one thing to ask you.
And Jesse was like, is he gonna be perverted here? And no, he has Nam dress up like him to keep the ruse going.
Yeah, to keep the ruse going, so Yamcha doesn't like tell on Goku and everything.
Yeah.
Which I have a stupid moment to admit. It took me until Truman explained it for like a couple seconds later to realize, oh wait, he had Nam dress up as him. Yeah. Because I was like, oh, he made a puppet of himself in the crowd. No, I was still focused on it being a puppet. I forgot, like, oh yeah, that's so obviously Nam dressed.
Nam is bald. Like
Nam dressed as Roshi.
Yeah. And so with that, we'll move into our predictions, and I will say, Jesse basically knocked it out of the park on his predictions this time.
Whoop-whoop.
Jackie Chung is revealed to be Roshi. Cha-ching.
Let's go.
Krillin has one desperate attack to win. He had one desperate attack, but he did not win. That's like a 50% on that one.
Yeah, my brain was telling me to go that Chun/Roshi won that fight, but my heart couldn't let me pick against Krillin.
And then
so I'll take that one.
His last prediction was Nam has a flying attack / jumping attack,
like aerial attack,
and Goku wins was the last one. So like, yeah, he knocked it out of the park today with his predictions.
Those are the best predictions I've had so far.
They are definitely. That's the most you've gotten right. The only thing you missed was the winner of the
Krillin fight.
The Krillin fight,
which again. It was one of those things I'm like, in all honesty, I should have said it, but I just couldn't bring myself to say Krillin.
I gotcha. Okay, so now the fun part comes. We are in the last. So, like we said earlier, the last 3 episodes are going to be connected.
Yeah, of the saga.
Some more housekeeping we'll put here is after this, there is a movie we're going to watch.
Yeah, so you're probably gonna have 2 straight podcast episodes that are pretty long.
Yeah, because the next. I'm looking at like Dragon Ball forums for the chronological order, and it says to watch watch the first 43 episodes before the movie. But as yesterday, I sat down and watched episode 43 and 44 and 42 just to see where we were at for that movie, and it cuts out in the middle of an arc. So I figured we would just watch this movie in the after this arc was over. The Curse of the Blood Rubies is the name of it. So that that way it would be not cutting in the middle of an arc and cutting away. I just thought that would be easier for Jesse and I, so that way we don't get confused.
Yeah.
And so that just makes it easier on our end. So instead of watching it way out of the way, we're gonna do it there. And then the next movie we will watch is we're going to do a Halloween movie that's way down the line. We're not there yet.
We're not there yet, but it's going to be a
We're kind of thinking
special.
about releasing the second movie, which is Sleeping Princess and Devil's Castle, as a Halloween movie. But yeah, for the next episode, it's going to be 3, so we get to have a lot longer prediction time from Jesse.
Yeah,
because he's got 3 movies.
Got 3 to figure out.
We've got episode 26, the grand finals. Mm-hmm. Episode 27, number 1 under the moon? ?
Ooh.
Episode 28, the final blow.
Okay, that one of those gave me a lot. 2 of those did not. Maybe ?
Okay.
So let me start immediately with the grand final. I assume we have the grand final,
which we already know the grand final is a thing. Yeah,
we already know that's gonna happen. My prediction for that is it's going to be a pretty tight matchup.
Okay.
I think, barring any weird special circumstances with Goku, I'm going to go with the Roshi win. Okay. So technically, it's going to be Jackie Chun to everybody else.
Yeah.
But, I'm going to go with Roshi's his plan's going to work. That's my prediction there.
Okay.
Now, the last 2 episodes might have to
number 1 under the moon ?
Yeah. The only moon thing that we have at this point is Goku's tail is back.
Yep.
Is it a full moon? If it's a full moon, we might have another hilariously another saga ending with Goku aping out. And if that's the case, the next 2 those last 2 episodes are going to be fighting Goku aped out. Yes. Would be my prediction.
I also want to say you've thrown out a lot of ifs. So are you saying definitively we're getting an ape out?
I mean, my predictions are
there's
that is out. Obviously I can't say confirmed or denied.
Yeah, but I'm just asking definitively. Is that what you're saying?
That would be my guess. Is we're gonna have a Goku ape out in probably, if it's gonna happen, probably towards the end of the middle to end of the second episode of the podcast next week. And then the third episode is going to be fighting and, subduing Goku in the middle of the city. We might have a King Kong situation here.
Yeah,
because
this is
they have a King
in the
Kong
middle
reference.
of kind of a bigger city.
Yeah, so there might be
a mid-sized city.
There might my guess. Here we're going. My predictions are Goku's going to ape out, and it's going to be like a King Kong. There's going to be a couple King Kong references.
Okay.
While he's aped out. Now I'm going to assume they're going to cut off his tail again. That would be my guess, is they're going to subdue him, cut off his tail again. We're going to have tailless Goku for a few more episodes.
Until it grows back
again. Which, if it grows back in the same timeline, it won't go back for another probably 8 to 9 months.
Yeah, close to a year.
Yeah, for about a year. It's not going to have a tail again. That would be that's going to be my predictions, because there's not much else to go off of besides with Under the Moon. So
yeah, and then the final blow.
And the final blow is I'm kind of counting that as where the King Kong stuff's going to come in, where they're going to fight aped out Goku is where I'm going at. I think he's going to ape out in Under the Moon, somewhere towards the middle to late end of the episode, and then all of the final blow is going to be about them fighting and then doing the final blow, cutting the tail off again.
Okay. All right, I like it.
The best I can come up with from those.
Okay.
Best guess, he gets his tail back. They're all scared about the moon. That's what we're going with.
All right, I like it. So I got those locked in for next week.
Not feeling as confident about those as I was about the predictions that happened on these 2 episodes.
Yeah, that you were hitting pretty hard on.
I was hitting pretty good on those.
And so with that, I guess the last thing we can do is just, what's your worst part?
I mean, it's hard to pick a worst part, because there's not really. Like, I don't want to cop out and be like, there is no worst part. Because, I mean, there's stuff that doesn't hit as well.
Yeah.
But it's hard to pick because you don't really want to, like, insult anything in these episodes. They're like, that part sucked.
Yeah.
So I guess I can cop out and say, like, throwing the panties in the ring and distracting him that way.
Okay. Yeah.
Some people, I think, would say his rap battle, his, like, rap. Like Roshi's rap, but I actually kind of liked it. I thought that part of the episode was fun. It is hard to pick a worst part here. Because they're just 2 really solid episodes.
Yeah, I guess like for me, the worst part is the fact that like it didn't feel like Krillin was ever going to win. Like there was never like a tense moment because even when Roshi got knocked out of the ring, they played it like so tongue in cheek that it felt like he was just going to come back. Plus, like the last 2 people who got knocked way out of the ring both came back.
Yeah. Again,
I guess if I had to pick a worst part, you're twisting my arm. It's the fact that like Krillin never felt like he was gonna win.
Yeah, they're looking back on it, like in the moment, you feel some suspense, but then when you look like after the fact, you're like, yeah, he was never gonna win that fight.
Yeah, he got knocked out in the first like 5 seconds of the fight. He came back. He came back after those first 5 seconds and like was able to make it a fight a little bit, but it was never out of control. Roshi felt so comfortable that he was winning that fight that he did a slow-mo reenactment of it.
Yeah. He's like, I don't even care if I'm giving him a chance to like recover more.
He's not gonna.
I'm gonna still to beat him.
He's not gonna give me. He's not gonna beat me even if he does like get another punch in on me. Like I'm not worried about this guy at all. Like. So that makes it feel. So if I had to pick a worst part, it's that. The reenactment is fun. The fight was fun, but if I had to pick a problem, it was just that like Krillin wasn't strong. Wasn't able to.
Yeah, it wasn't strong enough. Yeah.
Best part.
Okay, this is between 2, but I'm gonna pick one. And I assume you're gonna pick the other. My best part is the entire conversation Roshi with Nam.
Okay.
It's such a great example of why people do still, even with his major flaw, people still love Roshi as a character because he's like when it's not in your face how much of a flaw he has, he's such a like genuinely great character. Yep. Like such a great master in everything. So I'm gonna go with the Nam conversation. The other thing I could have gone with was probably the reenactment because it's so funny.
Yeah.
But I'm going with the genuinely like this is an awesome conversation and a great insight into kind of both characters a little bit, but especially like Roshi's character and his thought process, but also a little bit of like Nam's character too.
Yeah. For me, picking a best part is kind of hard though. Because, like, yeah, I do like the reenactment. It was funny. I also like the rap. I thought it was great. Like, obviously, tongue-in-cheek, it's not, like, a good rap. But it's a fun rap.
It's fun.
It's kind of,
it's a fun way to kind of break up some suspense and everything.
And so, like, with that, I thought it was all fun. But I will say, like, probably my best part is, like, the fight with Nam and Goku. Since you picked a big swath. I'm picking a big swath, and it's the fight in general. The fact that Goku used the after image immediately. The fact that Goku looked like he was out, then was immediately back and was able to, like, kick butt again. The fact that, like, he was able to get the step back flying kick across the arena.
Yeah, like
all of it was just, I was like, man, this is a fun little bit to watch.
It is definitely these 2 episodes, like all of the good of these episodes is just so strung out. Like it's like it's all so good. It's hard to pick like one line of dialogue.
Yeah.
One quick off moment like we have in the past. So like it's understandable to pick like an entire scene because it's like for both of us you're picking the entire fight between him and Nam. I'm picking the conversation between Roshi and Nam. It's like they're just such. There's no low moment in those moments.
Yeah, and they're just so intertwined that it makes it hard to pick a singular part.
Yeah, it's it's a sign of like just how good these 2 episodes are.
Yeah.
Like these 2 episodes are worth watching.
Yep. And so with that, I think we're kind of coming towards the end. BecomingSaiyans@gmail.com is where you can reach out to us. I got it right this time. The rest of the places you can find us is Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. We are on those at Becoming Saiyans Pod. Look out for us. I've been posting pretty regularly, basically weekly, just little things on each of those to let you guys know that we're out there and we're doing it. And so, yeah, just reach out to us with any questions, comments, concerns, praise, anything like that. Just let us know.
Even like honestly, at this point, even tell us that you hate us.
Yeah, I'm fine with hate mail. I can handle it. I'm a man. I'm 40.
Come after me. Sad he got fired.
Yeah, that's why I brought him up. But yeah, so with that, like we said, next week we'll be watching the end of this saga, the last 3 episodes.
Yep.
We will be watching after that the movie Curse of the Blood Rubies, and so that
is that available on Crunchyroll?
That is not available on Crunchyroll. I guess I should bring that up. I think you will have to rent it.
Because I feel like that is also our duty is to let you know when we get off of because obviously we're watching all of the anime on Crunchyroll, all of the series and everything is on Crunchyroll. Movies might not be. So,
yes. So if you are wanting to go with us, the 3 places you can rent it are Apple TV, Fandango at Home, and Prime Video.
Yeah.
It looks like you can rent them for $3 to $4, depending on which one your fancy is. Also, people jokingly said you could do a One Piece. If you know,
sell the 7 Cs.
If you know, you can do a One Piece for that one. And so, yeah, with that, I've been Truman.
And I've been Jesse.
And the journey will continue.
Bye!